Greetings and good morning. Grand Rising, great blessings to you. I'm prayerful that everyone is doing well. You all are taking the time to come on in here. I am bringing out a new tool today, something I have not used in this setting before. So, greetings to the replay visitors. Thank you so much. Greetings to YouTube. Thank you so much. Greetings to wherever I happen to meet you at on your journey as we move into day 2 of this journey into wellness. And right now, I'm bringing out a tool I have not used here in a very long time, but it wants to come out, and that's my tuning forks. No, we are on day 2 of a journey into wholeness, and I am really grateful that you are here with me today. This started out in my beginning an affirming process from myself, really moving deeper into an affirming process for myself. And as such, it is an honor to be able to share this process with you. The journey into wholeness is something which is for me a big part of calling my power back. Pulling it back. Not my love. My love is my love, and I sprinkle that on everything. I sprinkle my love on everything. That's me. Great rising. Good morning, dear Jay. What's up, sis? I'm appreciating everybody popping on in here. I really do. I do. I'm going to do it anyway, but it's nice to have a few people to share with. It makes the energy grow. It expands the energy, actually. The more of us who are here, we become more expansive together, and it makes it brightens it up or intensifies the vibration. But I will do mine regardless, y'all already know. So that being said, we started this journey around affirming wholeness, and we started it with the idea of being safe. And I received an email that let me know that was triggering for some. And I'm sorry, but I understand. I believe that our triggers are our way through. Our triggers are like the keys to opening the door, to taking us deeper into where it is that we need to be. Yes, we're all one, Brian, but we're all individual cells in one body. We're all one, but we're all individual cells in one body. And as such, each person's experience and resonance will be individualized, Each person's experience and resonance will be highly individualized. So what I wanted to bring forth this morning around the triggering around safety. Remember I said I feel like there are parts of myself that are running around that are not always this part? There are different little me's running around, and it feels that way. And so as I speak to you about the energy of feeling safe, I want you to connect in with that heart part of yourself, to know that absolutely in this space that you are safe, and find a way through meditation, find a way through this energy to allow yourself to know that what happened isn't happening now. Many times our triggers take us back into another place, and that record starts spinning. And if it's highly emotionally charged, it will keep spinning. Now, I will tell you all, I am a registered nurse. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a degree in psychology, from my school. I have a bachelor's in psychology, a bachelor's in sociology. However, I am not a licensed therapist. But I will share, and I will tell you that if you need deeper help, it is no shame in getting your help. All are worthy to receive the help that they need. And there are many out here wishing to serve and bring you the help that you need. So if this is beneficial for you, from me, I will do my best to see you through. If you're feeling like you're stuck and you can't get through, I tell you to go get help so that you can at least it's like a broken leg. You got to brace it, put a brace on it. You got to stabilize it. And so getting some help becomes your stabilizer. and it becomes a place where you have a home base, a place to go to feel okay. But safety is primary. It's almost like I'm here, I'm held, and I know that all those other things going on out there inside of this space, I am okay. For me, I go to my heart for that space, not my head. My head is not a good place for me to go to when I need to feel safe. Only when my head and my heart are aligned can I feel safe when I go in my head, because my head will start telling me stories. And and remember, and you'll never love again. You'll never have partner again. You'll never have this again. Will you actually be safe? Do people actually want to listen to you? Or what you're saying making sense? These are all the thoughts that show up in my head when I center there. But when I go back into my heart, I know that everyone counts. I know that I feel that. I know that I count. I know that the things that happened to me in the past were the past, and today is a new day, and I get to be in this new day, and I get to choose, and I get to accept that choice. Like, you can have a chance to choose and reject that choice, and it's okay too. Everybody has a process. Sometimes you're just not ready. It's like having a shield around you that just says no. Like a petulant 3-year-old. No. 3-year-olds, toddlers have the best nose ever. I don't know anyone who has a better nose than a toddler, except maybe a wounded person who refuses to be wounded again. Wounded people who refuse to be wounded again have some of the best nose of anyone that I know. They will say absolutely no. And it won't come out. It'll be like, okay. Inside of themselves, they're like, hell no. Inside. But what I am so trust. Thank you. Those no's are important. It's important to have a no, though. It's important to have a no, which is why safety is a part of the foundational part to being whole. Feeling safe to express your no. Feeling safe to say, I do want that. Maybe I can have it. That idea. And that leads us to the very next affirmation on this journey that I'm taking in for myself, because I'm here with you. I'm on the journey too. This is not just me talking to you. I am moving through some healing spaces for myself, and this is a part of it. And I decided to take you with me. So the next energy is the energy of trust. I trust. Yeah, we're pulling out big guns. And because we're pulling out the big energies, we're pulling out those big boulders that are there. And self-trust is a journey, and we can do a whole journey on that. However, we will just simply start with the idea of, I trust the big things. Yesterday in our book, Spiritual Growth, Being Your Higher Self. And your higher self is, people say that I couldn't have did that. I don't know how you did that. That's because they're being their higher self. When people do things that are highly evolved and are like compassionate, deeply compassionate, incredibly loving, transformative, you're like, how could they do that, man? I couldn't do that. If it was me, I'm telling you. Well, that's true. But that's because they've decided to be their higher self. When we step into alignment with being our best self, you may not always stay there. Like, sometimes you're the self that shows up. But when you start calling on that higher self as much as you can, you begin to get more stable with it. It's like a toddler learning to walk. And yesterday in this book, we spoke about the framework. When I flipped in the page and we pulled out what the message was around safety, it spoke to large frameworks. Sometimes when we deal with safety, it's hard to the idea of individuals, because individuals may have been harmful. But when we go to the large framework of our earth, even with all of the disasters and things happening, we still have a sun that shines. We still have air. We still have trees that give us oxygen. And I know but they're cutting them down, but they're still here. We can say the oxygen, the air is dirty, but we still have it. We can say, but the water is challenged, but we still can get access to fresh water. And isn't that a blessing? And shouldn't we expand our resonance with that blessing of fresh water, fresh air, trees, safe, stable earth? When we know that is something that we can have, you find ways to access it. And that begins to build a relationship for me around trust. That begins to build a relationship around trust. You begin to find the things you can count on, even your next day, until the day that you don't come back. And that'll be that day, and we'll make peace with it. But I'm just sharing with you that trust for me is my next step in this. And so for me, I'm trusting that I have been in places of deep pain before and I've come through. I'm trusting that there will be people who this resonates with. I am trusting that as I do this work, that things will work out for me. And as I give that energy, I begin seeing small, subtle signs. Subtle signs are more important than we recognize. This is when it doesn't have to walk up and be like, I told you. When we can begin realizing that it's coming and we can feel it coming, it begins to expand even our belief in truth. So that will be your exercise today. Finding at least one thing that you can lean into in trust. I don't care if it's a pillow, or your blanket. Like, I feel safe and I trust what happens when I feel, wrapped in this blanket, or I trust what happens when I get in the tub. And some people, trusting self can be scary because they've never been allowed to. And I'm sorry that happened to you. I am very sorry if you are someone who has not been given the chance to feel safe. I am very sorry if you are someone who has not been given the chance to feel trust. There are people, places, spaces, things where you can feel safe. And I pray that you can take the breath to allow safety and trust into your life. And it may be scary because it's something you've never done. And there's a part of you saying that it won't work. And I challenge it back to say, if what you're doing now working for you, if keeping everyone and everything at bay working, if that's working for you, then, by all means, you may be whole and complete in your journey around that. But if you find that it's not, if you find that suffering is still a part of your journey and pain, and I welcome you into the space called safety. I welcome you into a space called trust. And I can't tell you how you're going to get there, but I believe that if you call out for your highest self, that it's heard. And as you put it out there, it will come back in. That it will come back in for you. That your trust will come back into you. And it's bold work. It's courageous work to stand in self-trust and to stand in the space of feeling safe inside of yourself. But it's the place from which dreams are built. It's the place from which legacies are built. And those people with good hearts, we want you and need you. You're someone who you have a good heart. We want you and need you to walk into the world of feeling safe and trust. Who can you trust? And here's an interesting piece. More than one thing can be true at the same time. Sometimes, depending upon where the person is, their perspective, their angle, where they sit, you can have so many aspects and ways of seeing the same thing. So if you can understand that more than one thing can be true at the same time, you can still hold trust for what's true for you at that time and allow space for something to be true for someone else. And they don't have to be disparate. They just happen to be where each person is. So that's, I think that's more than enough right now. I could keep going, but I think that's some things to chew on. And I'm going to keep telling the story. The story's going to unfold as we go from each day to each day. So we, day 0, we're going on a journey. Day 1, feeling safe. Day 2, trust. So safety leads us to trusting more. So if you're not safe, I pray that there's a way for you to get safe and that you can begin that part. And even if you have to be safe in a little place in your mind, that's a real place. I love you. I love you. So let's see what is in the book today. Interesting. So this is speaking about our extrasensory perceptions. And it talks about our abilities to have clear thinking, clear sentience, clairvoyance, clairaudience, the clairs. And it says that your clairvoyant abilities, your abilities to sense, see, and hear information beyond what is available to your physical senses will increase and allow you to become more sensitive to subtle energies. Many of you are already having experiences with clairvoyant sight, but don't know what to call it. For instance, you may have looked at someone and intuitively known that something was wrong with him or her. You may touch someone and feel drawn to move your hands in a certain way without even thinking about it. The way you move your hands might increase or release or shift for that person. You may find yourself gesturing with your hands as if you're moving energy while you talk. You may be able to sense a cold or illness coming on before you have any physical symptoms. You may sense other people's physical, emotional, and mental energy bodies. This is very interesting that this is coming up around trust. Because right now, many people are coming online with higher abilities. And as such, it's hard to feel like you're not going crazy. And you might be stirring things around, almost like all this energy is trying to erupt out of you, spiraling up and out. So this is talking to us about trusting those other senses. When we feel safe in our own heart, with our own self, it becomes much easier for us to trust what's coming through and to us. Trusting our intuition, trusting our nudges, trusting our knowing, even trusting the no's. When you hear a no, there are some no's that we have to trust. And that's important. So very interesting that came up. Yesterday we spoke about larger frameworks. Today we're speaking about our clairvoyance, that knowing, subtle knowings, the subtle nudges that many of us are becoming louder for many of us. Definitely for me. Even in doing this work, there's a deeper knowing that I have to simply trust what shows up. There's a time where I might have felt uncomfortable even bringing out this book. Kept certain things secret and quiet because I didn't trust that the world or people that I know are ready for it. Grand Rising Catherine, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. You all are very kind. So I will tell you that the time is coming for us to trust, greater trust in our abilities. Many abilities are coming online. Everyone was born with gifts and talents and things. And it's okay if they overlap. There's room for everyone. We need plenty of people. I won't be able to serve all the people in sound healing. That's why I know that it's okay that there are many sound healers. The people who are all doing this work, and sharing their light and bringing their gifts to bear. There's room for all of us because I need sound healing for me. Just not the sound healing I do. I need to sometimes simply be receiving, So there's room for all of us to bring forth our gifts. Your clairvoyant abilities to sense, see, and hear information and to know will increase and allow you to become more sensitive. That comes with trusting it. All right. So that's what we have for today. I said I wanted to bring out a different tool today. I'm bringing out my tuning forks. I'm bringing out my tuning forks today. And my intention today is to play your energetic field. I will play these and direct the energy to anyone within the sound of my voice to receive the energy from these tuning forks. I'm going to offer Reiki to anyone who is receptive to the receiving of it. Out without me trying. That's just what happens when I broadcast a particular frequency all the time. But I'm going to go forward and do these tuning forks. And again, calling in this Reiki energy, calling in the prayer energy, calling in the energy of great love and this journey to wholeness that flows through me and bringing it forward. I will tell you all that, if you appreciate this, if you like it, I didn't tell you all this earlier, so I have to do it now. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, give a tip. Any of that stuff helps. Yeah, my mom, single mom in a new place. Life's interesting, but we move forward. And so I make sure that I say these words out loud to let you know that your support really does help. And I appreciate you really very much. So thank you all for hearing that, because I have to feel safe and trust that it's okay for me to say that to you. It's okay for me to say that I need you to subscribe on YouTube. It's okay for me to say that I need you to follow me on IG. It's okay for me to say that I need you to share this video for anyone else who might be seeking this kind of information. It's okay for me to say, that your donations help feed me and my family and this vision and this work. So, all right. So thank you all. And we're going to begin with the tuning forks. Welcome in the energy of the east, north, south, and west. You and I will go together. You and I will go back home. and we go together. You and we trust ourselves. You and we go together. We trust and we are whole. Oh, 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 trusting self, it's possible. Trusting self, you build it up. Trusting self, it's possible. Trusting self, you build it up. Trusting self is possible. Trusting self is possible. Trusting self is possible. Trusting self, we're safe and whole. I'm safe and whole. I can trust myself. I can trust. I can learn to trust myself. I can learn to trust myself. I can learn to trust the process. I can trust myself. We're going on a journey and we're finding our way inside to ourselves. And as we come back home, they find that their space may be occupied with feelings and thought forms that no longer serve us. Put them out. We come back to ourselves and we find that the space is already occupied by feelings and thought forms that no longer serve us. Put them out. We come back to ourselves, we come back home, and we find the space is already occupied by feelings and thought forms. Put them out. Trust, 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 trust. Trust, 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 trust. You and I, we go together on a journey to be whole. You and I, we go together on a journey to be whole. I will say to be mindful of the saboteur. We all have one when we set ourselves up to fail, because there's a part of us that doesn't want to believe that we can be safe and whole. And so the inner saboteur will call us to choose things that are so big, choose things that are so specific, that when it doesn't work, it can say, see, I told you it won't work. I encourage you to watch the saboteur. Certain things show up when you begin working to access a new part of yourself. A new part of yourself that is longing to come forward, longing to come into being, longing to serve you and the people through you. As a saboteur would have you seeking perfection, the walk is the process. The journey is the process. We will learn every step of the way. Don't let the saboteur, that voice, lead you down the idea road that this doesn't work and that you are forever broken. Wholeness is your birthright. Watch the saboteur. Watch the saboteur. And if they get out of hand, don't be mad, just watch it. so that you can decipher it, unravel it, and maybe soon come gain power over, gain access to the lessons that it's teaching you. So I pick up these really big things and I'm unsuccessful. But if I pick up a smaller thing that I say is too easy, well, that's a wonderful way to build trust, by doing the things that are easy. The other thing that comes and spoke to me was the path of practice. The path of practice does not mean, again, perfection. It is a path. You might do it one time in 7 days, and then you do it again in the next 7 days, and then it might be 2 weeks before you pick it up again. But the more you're able to bring your consistency into your small practices of drinking water or walking or saying please and thank you. Please and thank you. They're magic. And you're welcome. Please, thank you, and you're welcome. They're magic. I invite you to use please and thank you and you're welcome and may I, and use those words. They really are magic. It's not just about civility as much as it is about a resonant frequency of gentleness. Sometimes we got to break things up. Right now, I think we need to be we got to gentle our way down the road. We'll see. Anyway, I love you all. I will see you all again tomorrow. We spoke about a few things today. I'm here with you. I love you. I appreciate you. Your support of me means a lot. I got to get into my next reality of folding. I'm folding a lot of reality. I'm going to put these tuning forks back in. Let me know if you like the tuning forks. Let me know if that was beneficial for you, that it played the entire scale from C to C. From C to shining C is what I just played. From C to shining C. All right, that's my work phone. So that tells you what time it is. I love you all very much. Blessings.